Can you believe that your fingerprints have been changed or stolen? Even your fingerprint might be misused by your family members. Good morning, I am Ranjit Jaipal. Today I am going to explain a little more about the biometric encryption for Minutiae extraction. This is the overview of my presentation for this morning. Here I will discuss the introduction of the fingerprint recognition and the biometric encryption system. In addition, I will explain the attacks are involved in the biometric encryption system. Also, I will cover the advantages of fingerprints over other biometrics. Introduction. Security is very important in daily life. In this network world, most of the actions are computer based and the data communications are protected by passwords. These passwords identify various entities such as bank accounts, mobile phones and etc. Indeed, remembering several passwords can become a tedious task. This is the diagram for the fingerprint recognition method. Basically, a scanner is widely used to capture an image of the finger. Later, the quality is improved and converted to a template, as you can see in the images. There are several types of scanners that are used in this process, such as silicon, optical and ultrasound. The most common technology for the fingerprint scanner is optical scanner. The reason during the enhancement noise will be created caused by such variations as scars, creases, dry skin, cuts or even moisture. This is the image shown for fingerprint impression. Basically, it has a two different model which is known as inked and inkless impression. Inked impression is one of the most common and widely used method. It is a standard method of fingerprint acquisition for more than 100 years. But these days we are using an inkless impression image. Here is a different type of minutia will be extracted. First, I will tell you that as you can see in the first image, a fingerprint layer is a skin particle on your fingertip. When you pressing it into the smooth surface, the structure of fingerprint has separated in two ways called ridges and valleys. The dark area of fingers print are known as the ridges, while the white area are known as the valleys. The surrounding area is called as well minutia. The second image will clearly show the types and the last image will show a different types of fingerprints such as arch, tended arch, left loop, right loop, twin loop and hole. Here I would like to tell you the answer for this question. Can your fingerprints be changed or stolen? Fundamentally, fingerprints will not change after about 1 year from birth. In the case of twins, the baby's fingerprints are not same because fingerprint is always unique. This is the goal for my project. First, improve the image quality by using image enhancement technique. Next, ridge ending and bifurcation point structures will be improved to achieve the thinning and extraction process. Finally, the extracted minutia points will list with least possible error. Okay, now an automatic fingerprint identification method. This is how the system works. As you can see in the image, there are three methods are involved in this process. First, image captured from the sensor in the top and the thinning image will be extracted. Later it will matches with the database. Okay, first enrollment. Biometric is obtained to identify a person identity. For instance, identification cards like voter registration, driver license, etc. Then the new image corresponding with the previously stored database can be compared. To enroll a person's identification, it's needed to present their biometric information several times to the system to an accurate sample. Next, verification. To verify a person is who he or she claims to be after the enrollment process is called verification. There are two types of verification system. One-to-one verification, one-to-many verification. Typically, verification system contains a lot of stored template images. Finally, identification. After the enrollment process, we are using an identification system to identify a person. There are two different identification systems that will be used in this process, such as positive and negative identification. To match with an enrolled individual biometric information in the database is known as positive identification. Negative identification systems are developed to certify that a person's credentials do not exist in the database. This is how the algorithm level has been developed for this project: pre-processing, minutiae extraction, and post-processing. First, image enhancement. Image enhancement is a process of adjusting digital images to the result and more suitable for display or further image analysis. For example, you can remove noise, sharpen, or brighten an image, making it easier to identify key feature. This is my output result. I got first original image and negative and contrasted enhanced image, and finally the binary image output. There are two different methods is being widely used in this system, such as histogram and Fourier transform. Here I will tell you the histogram method. This method is useful in images with background and foregrounds that are both bright or both dark, and this is the output for my histogram. Image binarization converts an image of up to 256 grays level to a black and white image. There are two different types are involved in this type: global threshold and adaptive threshold. These are the output for this method. First, I will tell you that what is meant by thresholding. Thresholding is the simplest way to segment objects from a background. If that background is relatively uniform, then you can use a global threshold. If there is a large variation in the background intensity, then we use adaptive threshold. This is the output for my image segmentation. Basically, binary images are produced from color images by segmentation. The simplest form of segmentation is probably Artsu method, and the another method is watershed method. As you can see, my result for thinning, it's a morphological operation that is used to remove selected foreground pixels from binary images, somewhat dilation or erosion. It can be used for several applications, but it's particularly useful for skeletonizing. In this case, we are using for the edge detection. Okay, finally, this is the output for the minutiae extraction. From the binary thinned image, the minutiae are detected by using 3x3 pattern mask, as you see in the left side image, and the sample of mask used for identify the regending and bifurcation point. Basically, this process seems to be simple, but it is necessary to consider the elimination of false detected minutiae. Here we use the biometric encryption as a PIN number, password, or even the alphanumeric string. Basically, where we using is a bank ATM or to access the building or even your laptop. The reason we using it, there is no need to memorize the PIN number or password. So this diagram explains the attacks which are involved in the biometric encryption process of fingerprint recognition system. First, I will tell you the names of attacks: sensor level attack, replay attacks, Trojan horse, and so on. Now I will explain each of the attacks in the diagram. First, sensor level attack. A fake biometric sample is applied to the system to gain access. Typically, this method will generate the template by using artificial images. For example, when the user is lifting something, he or she leaves a thumb impression on the material. By using this impression, the fake model fingerprint can be generated. Next, replay attack. It is possible a digital copy of the stored biometric sample and the replay the signal bypassing the biometric sensor. Trojan horse attack. To generate a different set of features to replace with the program is known as the feature extractor. Lastly, the spoofing the features. There are many fake models of biometrics that are placed in the system while processing biometrics. The biometric encryption has a huge potential to enhance privacy and security, and these are some advantages of the biometric encryption. First, no retention of biometric image. For the privacy and security concerns derived from storage and misuses of the biometric data. Second, cancelable various resilient identifiers. Biometric encryption allows individuals to use one biometric for multiple accounts. For example, if an accounter identifier becomes compromised, there is less risk that all the other accounts will be compromised. That is no need to change one's finger. Next, enhanced validation security. No need for user memorization. And finally, enhanced security of individual data and communication. Since the key is one's own biometric, this technology could place a powerful tool in the hands of individual. These are the common advantages for the overall biometric system. As we know that even this disease or serious physical injury, the biometrics consist and permanent, and then it cannot be lost or stolen, and is very secure. The biometric itself cannot be socially engineered, shared or used by others. However, there are some deficits in this biometric process that are higher cost, and then the features may change over the time. In particularly, voice recognition requires larger amount of computer storage because people voice can change and background noise can interfere. So now I will going to show my output result for the MATLAB program. So first, this one is histogram. Let's take some time. So these are my output for this histogram functions. The binary image, and then contrast enhanced, and then original negative image, and this one is a histogram image. Next I am going to show the binary threshold, the global threshold output, and now I am going to show the adaptive threshold output. This is the image segmentation output, and finally I will show you the Minutiae extraction. This is my original image, this is a binary image, and then this is the thinned image, and then Minutiae extractor. So these are some related works, other biometric types which is also you may familiarize with, like palm print, voice, DNA, gained and iris and extra. Now when it comes to select biometrics, yes, it's very difficult. You have to check their traits according to this task. First, the individuality, performance, user acceptance and so on. Summary and conclusion. In this project, biometric encryption for a Minutiae extraction was proposed, and then the captured image was enhanced by using contrast, histogram and binary function. After the binarization, the image was thin and ridge-ending and bifurcation points were extracted by using MATLAB function. This method can be used as an efficient biometric security system for application, online banking, border security and forensics, etc. In future, work is like modifying the existing algorithm for fingerprint identification such that image quality can be improved to achieve high security, and removal, minutiae and matching process will be executed in the post processing level in future. This is my reference and acknowledgement. I would like to thank Dr. Dabang Oliver Wu for his wonderful class lectures and his guidelines for this project title in the image processing and computer vision course. In addition, I would like to thank Mr. Walter and the TA student for their works in this course. Thank you for listening.